Oh, hey guys. Today I want to talk about what makes a good martial art for self-defense. Um, a lot of times people ask me this, saying, "Is Taekwondo the best martial art for self-defense?" And outright, I'll admit it's not. It's not the best martial art for self-defense. But I think this goes for a lot of other martial arts as well. A lot of people will be like, "Well, boxing is the best martial art, or jiu-jitsu is the best martial art," and in their own fields, they're fantastic. Jiu-jitsu is fantastic at grappling, and which actually surprised me when I went to jiu-jitsu for the first time. I was like, "How are you guys doing so much in like so little time, in such small movements? When I take you down, I get in a chokehold. I don't understand." So like, they're really impressive. And same with boxing. Their punching skills and their head movement and bobbing and weaving is very impressive. I mean, Taekwondo doesn't match up on either of those. But then again, boxing and jiu-jitsu have nothing to do with Taekwondo. Taekwondo can outdo them with kicks all day long. So in their own sports, they do really well. But for a self-defense scenario, what makes a good, most effective martial art? And I've already made a video talking about how to determine what is the most effective martial art for you. And I brought up three things to decide what is effective, and the first one was practical. How practical is it for you in everyday environment? Second one would be applicable. Does it apply to your body type and physique and condition, all that stuff? And the third one would be efficient. Is it quick and get to the point? All right. If you want to watch that video, I'll link it in the comments below so you guys can go watch that. I think it's actually very helpful. And based off that, I'm going to make an assessment that I can start rating martial arts with based off those three things and see which one really holds up. But I think this conversation will really play into the practical aspect of that assessment. And that the thing I want to talk about today is a martial art complete or incomplete? All three of the examples I gave, I would say are incomplete because they only deal with one aspect of fighting. Jiu-jitsu deals with the ground aspect. Punching in boxing is only punching primarily, and they don't really have the awareness of takedowns or kicks. If you're I don't know, solo minded into that sport, like if that's where you like to stay and you don't like to come out of it, then you start having those other problems. Same with Taekwondo. Taekwondo doesn't really take into the account really takedowns much. Their punching is pretty poor. It's usually with 1-2, and at least where I trained, it was mostly just 1-2. We never really did hooks. We never did uppercuts really, somewhat. And we never really include much elbows or knees like Muay Thai would. So it's very incomplete. And I think if you're trying to figure out a martial art for you that would help you have a complete understanding, even if it's only brief and not thorough yet, but it's complete in the fact that it's including all aspects of martial arts, I think you're going to want to find something that might be more like karate if you take it long enough. It really does include all the different aspects of fighting, even if you might have to be there for a while to really get the point and spend time in each of those categories. I think you would want to go to just an MMA class, like MMA gym, where they already include takedowns and kicking and punching. Now, people will like to say a lot, well then just only do MMA. That's the martial art for you. But here's the problem, I think, with that. When you are a purist in this area, meaning like that's where you pour a lot of attention into, you get really good at it. And when you're going to try to instead divide a lot of attention up amongst a bunch of other things, you're going to become adequate with all of them probably, but not really fantastic. Again, unless you're spending a lot of time. Like, I'm not trying to call out these UFC fighters who've been doing it for a long time and say, well, you're just not good at it. No, they're probably fantastic, but they spent their time. And if you're trying to find someone where you can spend an average person's amount of time there, you're not going to get, you're not going to be the top of your game, you know? You'll have a complete martial art that would really apply to like all circumstances. And I think that's actually really important. I think that if I were to go back, and I don't really like to say that I would go and change something that I've done. First off, I love Taekwondo. I think kicking is perfect for my body type, perfect for my mentality, and I just love it. But I think if I were to go back and look for specifically a self-defense focused martial art, I probably would just take MMA, you know, where you're doing the jiu-jitsu, you're doing the punching, you're doing the kicking, and then supplement with that maybe with like situational awareness training and stuff like that. Maybe more like Krav Maga a little bit. So even that's not exactly complete. Depends on where you go. So I don't know. What do you guys think? What are some martial arts that are great in their area, but not exactly great at filling in all the other gaps? You know, I've been seeing some things about HEMA. People are all excited about HEMA, but I'm thinking to myself, that's mostly just swords. I mean, okay, the HEMA guys are going to correct me at this point, but that's mostly just sword fighting. It's very incomplete for at least our day and age. So, you know, you can say, well, I do a martial art, and I've been doing it for years, but you might find yourself in a situation where, you know, maybe you need to use your martial art. Maybe you're in a street situation where someone's attacking you, and you might be very put off realizing that you don't know what to do. Taekwondoists, it might be in snow. You know, slippery floors is a big problem for Taekwondo. I mean, we got to recognize it. Even bad shoes. I mean, it's a bad place to do kicks. So you might find yourself quickly saying, "Oh shoot, I can't do my martial art that I've trained in for years." So something to consider. Again, go back to watch my other video. It kind of breaks it down some more about the practical side of martial art and then all the other assessment areas as well. And look forward to some videos here in the future of me breaking down specific martial arts and seeing how I think they fall in an effective martial art assessment. So look forward to have you guys come check it out again. So have a good one.
Yeah.